Want to call to order the regular meeting of the Iberville Parish Council, Tuesday, January 20th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. Do you have a roll call, please?
Allen. Beasley. Here. Dominique.
Here.
Frazier. Pierce.
Here.
Jenkins. Here. Watkins.
Here.
Bradford.
Here.
Martinez. Here. Dart.
Here.
Jewel. Morgan.
Here.
Smith.
Here. Let the minutes reflect that we do have a quorum. This time I'll call on Ms. Martinez to lead us in the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the
flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. At this time, I'd ask for a moment of silence. Our councilwoman, Miss Shalandra Allen's husband passed away recently, and also a longtime Iberville Parish government employee, Bird Vitale. Thank you. I remind the public that you must register with the clerk before you are allowed to speak. This time I'm going to turn it over to our attorney, Evan.
Questions?
The chairman.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, first item is the election of the chairman. Just recommend you do a nominating process, open the floor for nominations. Typically, there'd be no second. Once all nominations are made, you close the nomination and then you vote on whoever the candidates are.
I'd like to nominate Steve Smith.
I'll second it.
Is there any other nominations? All right, we'll close the floor for nominations. Only one person was nominated, so let's just do a vote on it.
Beasley.
Yes.
Dominique.
Yes.
Pierce.
Yes.
Jenkins. Yes. Morgan.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Martinez.
Yes.
Darden.
Yes.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Okay, same process for vice chair. Open the floor for nominations.
I'd like to nominate Raheem Pierce.
Second.
Any other nominations? All right, nominations are closed. Can we have a vote?
Beasley.
Yes.
Dominique.
Yes.
Pierce.
Yes.
Jenkins. Yes. Marcus.
Yes.
Bradford.
Yes.
Martinez.
Yes.
Darden.
Yes.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Members of the council, I want to thank you for your support for me for chairman once again. It's a real privilege to lead this organization. I thought we had a really good year last year, and I'm looking forward to this year. And congratulations, Mr. Pierce.
Thank you. Yes, once again, thank you all for your continued support. And I look forward to this year, making our parish better and better. Thank you.
I would like to congratulate Mr. Steve and Mr. Raheem for doing such a great job, keeping order in the meeting, highly respecting everybody, and keep up the good work. Thank you, God.
Thank you, sir. Okay, moving along to presentations and appearances. Tonight we have with us the North Iberville High School football team who had a very successful football season. At this time, I'd like you to come forward, Coach.
Good afternoon. Iberville Parish, State of Louisiana, resolution of recognition for North Iberville High School for making it to the 2025 LHSAA football playoffs. Whereas the Iberville Parish Council proudly acknowledges the vital role that intercollegiate athletics play in shaping character, instilling discipline, fostering teamwork, and promoting sportsmanship among youth of Iberville Parish, and whereas the Iberville Parish Council desires to formally honor the North Iberville High School and its storied football program for advancing for the first time in the school history to the quarterfinals of the 2025 Louisiana High School Athletic Association football playoffs in distinction earned through dedication, perseverance, and excellence. And whereas the North Iberville Bears completed a remarkable season with an impressive overall record of 10 wins and 3 losses, reflecting the commitment and determination of the student athletes and coaching staffs. And whereas this exceptional season produced 3 Red Stick Bowl participants, 9 All-Parish selections, 1 Offensive Most Valuable Player, 1 First-Team All-State selection, and 3 student athletes who received collegiate football scholarship offers, underscoring both the academic and athletic excellence of the program. And now therefore be it resolved that the Iberville Parish Council, together with the Iberville Parish President, does hereby extend its highest commendation and sincere congratulations to the North Iberville High School Bears, their coaches, administrators, students, families, and supporters for this historic and commemorable achievement. And in witness thereof, I have hereunto set my hand and caused the seal of the Iberville Parish to be affixed this 20th day of January, and it's signed President Chris Daigle and Steve Smith.
Thank you guys very much for reaching out to honor us, and President Daigle. And man, I'm blessed to be in the position I'm in as the coach of these guys. They made me look good, and no one really knows, but they stepped foot on campus 4 years ago. We didn't have a football, a helmet, a pair of shoulder pads, and they really dug it out of the mud, and they came back home and invested in their hometown, and they gave me a shot, and they gave the school a shot. And the campus and the team looks nothing like it did 4 years ago. It's due to their hard work, perseverance, and man, they've set school records, which we were closed for a while, but like you mentioned, we have a storied history at North Iberville and a lot of pride with our alumni, and a lot of their parents and our fan base. They've been a huge help along this way too, and it's really been a community effort, and we just thank everybody that's been a part of it, and we're honored to be here. So thank you all a lot.
Thank you, Coach. Congratulations.
We coming here.
Good job, Coach.
Thank you, Coach.
Job.
Council, if you remember, high school was reopened 4 years ago. So 2 years they had to go on JV, basically where they could play JV. They couldn't play on LSHA varsity level. So in 2 years, Coach is, breaking records over there at North Iberville. So Coach Gast and his team's doing a phenomenal job.
Great job,
Great
Coach.
job.
Thank you. Thank you. Come. Next, we have a resolution for the recognition of the retirement of Judge Alvin Baptiste. Judge, congratulations to you. I consider you my friend. I remember the first time you ran when you came to my house. I remember that very day. I think you remember it too. So anyway, Mr. President.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen of the council. It's a resolution of recognition for the Honorable Alvin Baptiste, Jr. The Iberville Parish Council desires to recognize and honor the extraordinary career and lifelong public service of the Honorable Alvin Baptiste, Jr. upon his retirement from the 18th Judicial District Court. And whereas the Honorable Alvin Baptiste, Jr. has faithfully served as a judge of the 18th JDC for an extraordinary period of 23 years. demonstrating unwavering commitment to justice, fairness, and the rule of law. And whereas Judge Baptiste began his distinguished legal career in the 1980s as an officer and attorney in the United States Navy Judge Advocate General Corps, serving his country with honor until his honorable discharge in 1985. And whereas following his military service, Judge Baptiste continued his commitment to public service by working as a public defender in East Baton Rouge Parish, and later as an assistant attorney general for the Louisiana Department of Environmental Quality. And whereas in 2002, Judge Baptiste was elected to the 18th JDC in Iberville, West Baton Rouge, and Point Coupee Parish, and subsequently ran unopposed in Division C for the next 2 decades, reflecting the confidence, respect, and trust placed in him by the citizens he served. And whereas throughout his judicial tenure, Judge Baptiste presided over tens of thousands of criminal, civil, family, and juvenile cases, earning a reputation as a jurist known of unwavering compassion, sound judgment, and an unshakable commitment to fairness and impartiality. And whereas at the age of 70, Judge Baptiste's legacy stands as a testament to a lifetime devoted to public service, ethical leadership, and the administration of justice with dignity and humanity. Now, therefore, let it be resolved that the Iberville Parish Council do hereby extend its highest recognition of gratitude and sincere appreciation to Honorable Judge Alvin Baptiste, Jr. for exemplary service for the 18th JDC and to the people of Iberville, West Baton Rouge, and Point Coupee. Be it further resolved that this resolution be presented to Judge Alvin Baptiste as a lasting impression of the respect, admiration, and appreciation of the citizens and governing authority of Iberville Parish. Signed, Chairman Smith and Parish President Chris Daigle. But what is also not said here is that when the Home Rule Charter was established in Iberville Parish, Judge Baptiste was the first Chief Administrative Officer for Iberville Parish government. And he served that post from 1997 to 2002. That was pretty. So 5 years he was served as the Chief Administrative Officer for Iberville Parish and for the council. So we want to thank him. And Judge, come on up.
Thank you all very much. I really and truly appreciate this honor. It's been 28 years since I've been in or when I first came into this chambers as a Chief Administrative Officer. Fortunate enough to have Mitchell select me as this Chief Administrative Officer. And that gave me a platform to get out and meet the citizens of Iberville Parish throughout this entire parish. It also gave me the opportunity to let people know in this parish who I was and to give me the opportunity of being district court judge. And I was just blessed and fortunate to be given that chance and have been blessed to be able to serve as a district court judge for the last 23 years now, actually starting the 24th year. It's kind of still unreal to hear that number come out, 70.
I know the feeling.
All right, because it seems like just yesterday, I was much younger than that. But the reality is it's time for that other chapter in my life. But I truly am blessed to have this privilege bestowed upon me in this resolution. Thank you, President Daigle. Thank you, Chairman, and congratulations, Chairman Smith and Vice Chairman Pierce. Everyone on the dais, I basically know some different faces from when I was first sworn as Chief Administrative Officer. And if I got This was actually the chambers I was sworn into when I became judge in 2003. Had the whole inauguration ceremony done in this courthouse, swearing in by Justice Kimball, and actually had words stated by U.S. District Court Judge then Ralph Tyson. And I'd like to just recognize my family in here this afternoon, this evening rather, my wife Barbara, daughter Marissa, son Marcus, daughter Ariel, and grandson Ozzy, her friend LJ, and also my staff, Gwen Carter, my administrative assistant, and Cassie Chenevert, my court reporter. I see a good friend of mine back there as well, Joyce. Thank y'all, and thank you again to the citizens of Iberville Parish. I really appreciate all the support. My sister-in-law, and my brother-in-law. Thank y'all for being here, and again, I really appreciate it.
Judge, I believe some of our council members might want to say a few words too.
Okay.
I just have something I want to read to you. I want to take a moment to acknowledge and congratulate Judge Baptiste on his retirement. I first met Judge Baptiste the very first time I ever walked into a courtroom, sitting beside my brother who was struggling with addiction. I remember listening to Judge Baptiste speak, and I immediately knew he was different. He wasn't just a judge in it for the title or the paycheck. He was there because he genuinely loved people and believed in their ability to do better. In a courtroom where authority could easily harden a person, he chose compassion. In moments when he could have spoken down to people, he spoke to them. And when others may have seen softness, he showed real strength. It takes courage to be kind. It takes confidence to lead, and compassion. He talked to people, not at them. He met people where they are. He treated them with dignity, even when they were at their lowest. Judge Baptiste once shared a story about being a young boy walking to school each day and seeing a man on the side of the road. He spoke about knowing even then that he wanted more, that he wanted to do better and be better. That story stayed with me because that same belief showed is how he served from the bench. Judge Baptiste truly made a difference in my life. I will never forget the way he spoke to people, the compassion he showed, and the example he set. He's not just a judge. He said not just as a judge, but as a human being. While I am happy for him as he enters retirement, it also makes me sad knowing our parish will no longer have him in the courtroom. And I didn't put this in here, but as I was writing this, I'm thinking, and everybody can thank you for people in this parish knowing their address. Because you always, and they would give the address and state what's the zip code. So before they went in the courtroom, I said, pull the pants up and know your zip code. He leaves behind big shoes to fill, and truly he was one of a kind. Judge Baptiste is a rare soul, and those are not easy to come by anymore. I am incredibly thankful to have known him, to have learned from him, and I will forever be grateful for the impact he made, not just on me, but so many lives. Thank you, Judge Baptiste, for believing in people when they needed you the most.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Chassie. Thank you very much.
And we'd like
Judge, I remember vividly when you came to my house that day and told me that, and I told you something. I don't know if you remember this, but I said, you know something, Alvin? I said, my daddy always told me the closest thing to God on earth is a judge. And you kind of smiled at me, and he said, yeah, but you have to learn to channel that power. And I think you did it very well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just showing up with this, not like the last.
Okay, next we have Ms. Chastity Martinez, candidate for state representative, District 60.
I think the last time I talked right here was when I was coming to announce I was running for councilwoman. I want to formally share with you that I have qualified as a candidate for Louisiana State House District 60. This decision was not made lightly. Serving on this council has been one of the greatest honors in my life. I remain fully committed to my responsibilities and duties here. My candidacy is rooted in the same values that guide my service as a councilwoman: showing up, listening, and working to get some real results for our communities. The experience I've gained at the parish level, advocating for infrastructure, drainage, public safety, and quality of life issues, has prepared me to be an effective voice at the state level. My goal is to ensure that the needs of our local governments and residents are understood and addressed at the Capitol. Regardless of the outcome of this election, I will continue to serve this council and our parish with integrity, transparency, and respect. I value our relationships we've built and appreciate the work we've done together. Thank you for your continued partnership and service to our community. And I love each one of you. And I'm thankful for you guys, and truly I've learned so much from each one of you. So I take my leadership is guided by each one of y'all. So I really appreciate all the support you give me and look forward to continuing doing great things, no matter what level it's on. So thank y'all.
Thank you, Chastity. Good luck. Okay, the reading and approval of the minutes.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to forego the reading of the minutes and accept them as written.
I second.
Motion by Ms. Jenkins, second by Mr. Markins. Roll call, please.
Yes. Japanese,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins, yes, Marcus,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez, yes, Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan.
Yeah.
Motion carries. Mr. President?
Mr. Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations again, Councilman Smith and Councilman Pierce. Been great leaders and bringing the parish to the next level. As far as working with the council, we appreciate every moment because we've been definitely on the right track, making sure that we're progressing the parish and moving us forward, master plan and all the good things that are happening. We do have a couple employee recognitions. They couldn't make it here tonight. I have a 5-year recognition, Mr. Andy Williams. He's one of our supervisors in utilities. We also have another 5-year, Mr. Dustin Osmer, in the water plant. He's instrumental in making sure that we have great drinking, potable water, right, within our water plant that's operated out of the facility by Jack Miller's. We do have one of our longest tenure employees too, Ms. Ramona Sanchez. Recognized her recently on social media, and I mean just the accolades and that came in from members of the public that actually recognized Miss Mona. She's been with the parish for 33 years. A few of the projects that you're already aware of, I kept these short and sweet. I took some off this month just because we're in the middle of a process of, going to bid and different things. But the Bayou Grove State debris cleanup project is out for public notice. So right now, we're taking bids on that. Or there's going to be a particular day when they can come and turn in their bids. The Bayou Paul drainage improvements in St. Gabriel has been we cleaned 4 miles of debris, removing all kind of vegetation and debris from the waterways. Received a couple compliments from residents that said they've seen an increase in how fast the water, resides, and recedes. The state project Highway 404 bridge by the White Castle Fire Station should be open within the next few weeks, but as one bridge reopens, another bridge is going to close. So we're thankful that it's after grinding season that they're going to close the Highway 404 bridge, which is heading towards Highway 69. They're going to be closing that with probably in February, and that project's going to hopefully be complete by grinding of next season. So we definitely don't want that to go any further. So a few community updates, a few community meetings that's going to be coming up. We do have on February 23rd our Black History Month program. which is going to be at the Civic Center last year. It was a successful event. This is going to be our second annual event at 6 p.m. We also have April 15th as the Iberville Day at the Capitol. We're going to send y'all reminders. We have identified that date, working with the Chamber of Commerce and Ms. Pam Bosch to help facilitate that event at the Capitol, make sure that Iberville is represented, and we're going to be working with our delegates at that time. April 18th is Keep Iberville Beautiful Cleanup Day. So Billy Nungesser in the Lieutenant Governor's office works on the 18th through the 25th. It's 2 weekends. We've chosen the first weekend, which is going to be Saturday, April 18th, and that's going to be an effort where we, bring the parish together. We bring a lot of teams. We get a lot of industrial support too from our partners in chemical plants and pipeline companies, and a lot of those guys team up and help us out with that cleanup effort. That's just keeping it short today. Happy New Year, by the way. First time seeing some of you since New Year. But are there any questions? All right. Well, thank you.
Any questions? Thank you, Mr. President. Randall, financial.
Good evening, Council Chair, Council Clerk. Don't have a whole lot to report tonight. We are closing out the fiscal year, spend the next 4 to 6 months of doing that, and we'll have an audit report to present to y'all in June. So it's kind of where we at here. One thing to note is that we were sales tax recovered the last 2 months of the year, and we actually collected what we projected we would collect, which is a good thing.
Good deal. Good
Yeah.
news.
You have any questions on your financials?
Any questions for Mr. Dunn?
Hey, Randall, it looks like we caught back up the tax.
Yeah.
Collect. You remember we were off of.
Right. Yeah, we did. Yeah, the last 2 months we met the projection, so it's great.
Good news. Good deal. Thank you, Randall.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to new business. I need a motion and a second. We need to reschedule our February meeting to February 24th. February 17th is a holiday.
I'll make a
motion.
I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Bradford, second by Ms. Jenkins. Roll call, please.
Beasley?
Yes.
Dominique?
Yes.
Pierce?
Yes.
Jenkins? Yes. Parkins?
Yes.
Bradford?
Yes.
Martinez?
Yes.
Darden?
Yes.
Morgan?
Motion carries. Next, we have an introduction of an ordinance. Boudreaux?
Good evening, Council Chair, Council Clerk. Tonight we have an ordinance to amend portions of Chapter 9 entitled Garbage, Trash, and Disposal, Article 3 entitled Solid Waste Collection and Disposal, Section 9-36 entitled Intent and Purpose, through Section 9-45 entitled Violations and Penalty. The purpose of this ordinance amends and clarifies existing solid waste regulations to improve the enforcement, reduce public nuisance, and establish uniform standards for garbage and trash collections in the unincorporated Iberville Parish. The amendments addressed reoccurring related issues to shared pickup locations, improper storage, and unmanaged accumulation of waste. Our current ordinance that we're working in right now is just become dated. Brandon, our Director of Solid Waste, and his team are just daily incorporating many new challenges that we just need some new amendment ordinance to kind of help us enforce. So we placed a copy of the 11 key changes in your folder tonight. Brandon and I will be happy to meet with you guys to discuss any particular areas of concern that you might have. 11 of the topics in the changes in the amended ordinance will include the parish's scope to collect, excluded materials, owner-contractor responsibility, construction and demolition debris, container standards, tree debris, bulky waste, apartments, mobile home, and RV parks, enforcement tools, hazardous waste penalties, and the administrative authority. You know, some of the challenges that Brandon and his team are facing, for example, would be some tree cutting services that are coming into the parish. They come in, they cut the trees, and then they leave them for our solid waste department to pick up. You know, most tree services will come in if they bid it correctly, will take care of that like they're supposed to. Just over time, those things have gotten lax, so we really need some reinforcement behind it. You know, really working with the tree companies and our residents to know how to properly cut and what size trees to leave on side of the road. So right now, if Brandon and his team incurs a tree that's longer than 6 feet, our boom truck operators just become real challenged in trying to pick that tree up. So some education on our part to try to get the residents up to speed. We'll
what we're facing right now is sometimes our boom truck drivers, instead of hitting one residence, when we're supposed to hit it, we're spending hours and hours and not having to make 2 trips a week, 3 trips a week to that residence. So the team's falling behind only because we've got areas that we can just really improve in the ordinance. Contractors, a lot of contractors are coming in, and we have a lot of great contractors in the parish who utilize things the way they're supposed to. We have some that come in and do demolition or do remodeling and just kind of push everything to the curb for the parish to pick up. So this ordinance will kind of just help us beef back up and be able to kind of combat those. Really loose debris. We see a lot of evictions come in and just push everything to the curb. This ordinance will kind of help us curb and get that back under control. So Brandon and I will be happy to meet with you guys if you have any questions throughout the month, and we look forward to kind of working with you through this new ordinance.
Do we have any questions from the council now?
I do. So how is this going to work with like Chastity knows where I'm going. So some of the properties that's been torn down on Highway 75, Brandon does a amazing job. I got to give it to you. Anything I need, you're Johnny on the spot. So, but I mean, it's impossible to keep up. This is like entire homes that people are putting to the road. I mean, it's just, so how are we going to handle that? And because I have stuff on the side of the road,
Right.
It's been for a while.
No, I think we can work together to incorporate like an ongoing working list. And then once we will have to come to establish, a cutoff date to say, okay, past this date, we'll go ahead and enforce the new ordinance. So what that might look like would be, in here, it could be, our boom truck might come once the ordinance is in full effect to say, hey, after that original pickup in our one container that will pick the whole container up, it would maybe be up to the property owner to kind of get a dumpster and kind of, those things should have always been in effect and enforced, and it's kind of made its way to our solid waste department
Agreed.
fully.
And I mean, because it's numerous strips, and so, and at the end of the day, it's taxpayers'
Yeah.
money that's making, when it's this load. So I think that they definitely, if you're going to tear it down, have a dumpster for it, because, he can't handle that load. It's just ridiculous.
No doubt. And listen, our solid waste department, and I know Brandon, speaking for Brandon, he didn't want to pull, he wants to help everybody,
I
right?
know.
It is without a doubt. And his team does a great job. So
Yes.
I think for us, it's just kind of
It's
get
just not
some.
feasible. It just
Yeah,
doesn't-
absolutely.
it's just-
No doubt.
And it sits there on top of the road because you try. So I appreciate all you do, Brandon.
So if there any other questions for Randall and Brandon, feel free to call and meet with them to get clarification.
One quick question. I mean, when you say like a different, we don't fine the people for leaving it on side the road for so long.
Yeah, so we'll establish, we'll have an established code that we'll use, kind of utilize. What we kind of look at right now, we looked at market rate. So after we make our original pickup and the code goes into force, whatever the market rate would be to kind of get a dumpster in place, that's what we would be looking to enforce. So.
Hey.
Any other questions? Okay, do we need a motion, a second to move it? I need a motion and a second to move this to a public hearing.
I'll make a motion. Second.
Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Easley,
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Markins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Cortez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan.
Motion carried. That public hearing will be on February 24th, 2026. Okay, moving on to the resolution committee. There are several resolutions that we have here. I'm gonna go over each of them, but I do want to vote on A separately because we'd like a unanimous vote on that. That's the same thing as that centralized tax thing that we did last year. That resolution that is opposition to the legislation for centralized sales and use tax to be administered by the state of Louisiana Department of Revenue. I need a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bradford, second by Mr. Morkins. Roll call, please.
Easley,
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Markins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Cortez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan.
Yes.
Motion unanimously passes. B, the resolution authorize the parish president to apply for better utilizing investments to leverage development for the grant program. Any questions on that resolution? C would be to approve the resolution authorizing the Iberville Parish President to execute an intergovernmental agreement between the Iberville Parish government and the City of St. Gabriel for utility services related to sewer enforcement. Any questions on that resolution? D, resolution authorizing the Iberville Parish President to execute any and all documents and contracts related to a Louisiana Department of Wildlife and Fisheries project in conjunction with the United States Fish and Wildlife Service grant for the planning and development of a shotgun range at the existing firing range site and to provide for related matters. Any questions on that resolution? And resolution E, resolution authorizing the parish president to sign an intergovernmental agreement on behalf of the parish of Iberville with the Louisiana Department of Transportation and Development to establish a detour route for bridge replacement on Callaghan Road. Any questions on that resolution?
Make a motion for B, C, D, and E.
There's a motion for B, C, D, and E,
A second.
second by Mr. Bradford. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Parkins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan.
Yes.
Motion carries. Okay, the planning commission report, we have consideration for a re-subdivision for Texas Williams. This was on the agenda last meeting and we tabled it to this meeting. Yes, sir?
I'm just coming up here in
Okay.
case y'all had any questions.
We do have, any questions on that at this time? We do have Miss Brandy Spencer here that would like to talk. Three minutes, Miss Spencer.
Okay. I'm reading a letter that my father-in-law, Texas Williams, wrote. He said, Mr. Parish President and Council, some background on the property past and present. I moved my trailer on lot T1 at address 63127 on 8 of 2008 and on a rented lot from Donald McCall, owner of the land. On June 19th of 2009, I bought the property with mortgage tracts for A and B, lots 8 and 9 surveyed by Bradford Engineering from Mr. McCall and his wife. These lots consisted of addresses 63125, 63127, 63127B, and 63127C. All of these residents were installed to parish and state codes by the parish-approved contractors. After installation, parish inspectors approved installation and issued permits. The property has a dirt road access from Highway 75 at the front to Lot T5 at the back. The road will be extended if someone moves on Lot T6. Power lines were run from T2 to T5. The power was installed and paid for me. Energy installed the power lines supplying electricity. Me and two capable dirt contractors installed an access road. I do not need the parish to upkeep or repair access to my road. I do that myself. When I bought the property, Mr. McCall was raising ostriches and emus to sell. The property was cleared, most of tract A, sections 8 and 9, approximately 2/3 from the front of the back of the property. Section B was surrounded by woods on the east, and west, and south property lines. When I bought the property, I was notified that it was considered wetlands and restricted, so I kept in mind to not cut any trees. I did add 2 concrete slabs to where the new addresses were located at 63127B and 63127C. Again, these were installed by professional contractors. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wetlands to me indicates it will seep water and flood during heavy rain, hurricanes above sea level. Amen. I am not an engineer or a hydraulic professional, but I am a mechanical, civil, and structural supervisor working for Jacobs Engineering and numerous engineering firms for over the last 50 years. I am now disabled and retired. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but as I know it, water finds its own level and it also runs downhill. But I think the elevation drops and drains into the Millie Canal along the sides of Highway 75 across from my property. I do not understand how adding 2 more residents on my property, whether they're trailers or teepees. Again, that's why I hired Mr. Court Bradford for the engineering. Again, this will not be a trailer park. The existing sites are mine and lived on by me and my children. The two new sites would be my daughter-in-law and her son, who lost my daughter-in-law who lost her husband September 19th, 2024. At the moment, she lives in St. Gabriel, where she's helping her mother take care of her ailing father. She graduated from LSU and is a Iberville Parish school teacher. She travels across the river on the ferry and fights the traffic 5 days a week. She wants to move closer to her job and family on one of the new sites on my property. Her older son, my grandson, works at Shintech for Turner and wants to move closer to his job with the family. In closing, this is not a trailer park. Everyone living on this site is my family. They were born and raised in this parish and work for this parish. If what I am doing is not lawful, let me know and explain, but do not discriminate against me and my family because of the way we live or look or what we live in. I believe in my Lord, Savior Jesus Christ, family, and constitutional rights. I am a 6-year Navy veteran, served 3 deployments in Vietnam, one 9-month tour in blue water, 2 13 months in brown water. I believe in my country and Constitution. I will
Ma'am.
defend.
Time is allotted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
So,
Hey, can I ask her a question?
Sure.
yeah,
And
Sure.
at no time did trailers or anything will go on this property that will be for rental income, correct?
No, it's family. I was just trying to read fast because he wrote a lot.
Good.
Y'all,
Thank
it's
you.
four,
So
it's four
what-
there now, right? It's 4 different addresses now?
We do.
Okay.
We do.
What are you trying to do, ma'am?
I'm trying to I don't know if I want to build or if I want to put a trailer to move on one of the lots on the property. So right now it's subdivided into just 2 lots, and my father-in-law wants it subdivided into 6 lots, so each property would have its own address.
So long as you have enough property that required by the parish, you can put a trailer there or a house. So I'm not clear on
It was
what you're here for.
To
It was-
subdivide.
To
To subdivide the
Subdivide,
property.
Dominique, yes, sir.
Okay.
It
So-
was declined or pushed back for this time because the neighbors at one point said it didn't look uniform to other houses on the Bellevue. They have beautiful houses.
So how big is your property? Your property is large enough.
Yeah.
You know?
Dominique, she was here last month.
She was last month and explained.
days.
No?
She was here last month and we some discussion on it and we didn't.
We tabled
Table
it.
it to get some more.
Right.
You
right.
actually approved it when you
The
voted
planning
last time.
commission recommended it to approve.
So, thank you.
30 days.
Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Okay, I need a motion and a second. I'll make a motion. I don't have another sheet.
That's all.
I'll have a formal request. So I need a motion and a second. I make a motion. By Mr. Morgan,
I'll
second.
second it.
Second by Mr. Darden. Any further discussion? To approve consideration of re-subdivision for Texas Williams.
Easley,
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Pierce,
Abstain.
Jenkins,
Abstain.
Markins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Ordez,
Abstain.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan.
Yeah. What's the vote? Makes, motion carries. Second and approved consideration of re-subdivision for Myrick and Kent. Anybody have any questions about that?
Zara, yes.
Yes,
Chairman, this one's changing a little bit. I was just informed that it might be hard to see, but line 8 is going to move. The surveyor was unaware that the mobile home that's on the next lot, right by line 8, is coming out. So she wants to make the lot bigger. It's showing .62 right now, and she wants to make it 1 acre total. So
Okay.
I recommend to approve it, and then we'll get the surveyor to change it.
Good.
You okay with it, Stormy?
I'm good. I'm good with that.
We have a motion and a second.
I'll make a motion.
By Terry,
I'll second.
second by Mr. Dorton. Any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Beasley,
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins. Yes. Markins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan.
Motion carries. C is to approve consideration of re-subdivision for Chris Elliott.
So this one, they're taking lot A and just making it bigger. And the remaining lots are staying the same.
Who's this?
Yeah, this is Matt's. Is it Matt? To show us?
Yeah. Rotate.
You okay?
Yeah.
All right, do I have a motion and a second?
I'll motion.
Motion by
I'll
Mr.
second.
Dorton, second by Mr. Bradford. Roll call, please.
Beasley,
Yes.
Dominique,
Yes.
Pierce,
Yes.
Jenkins.
Yes.
Markins,
Yes.
Bradford,
Yes.
Martinez,
Yes.
Jordan,
Yes.
Morgan.
Yeah. Motion carries. Okay, lastly, on the agenda, we do have discussions. We have someone from VLS Environmental Solutions.
Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, our office put VLS Solutions on the agenda tonight, VLS Environmental. This is a site that is located on the Mississippi River. Councilman Markins and Councilman Pierce and myself have visited the site. So what has happened is for more than a year, probably more than about a year and a half or more, this particular site we've been receiving concerns from, whether about possible vibrations that have been traveling across the river from this site. What our office had done at the time, we've reached out to Corps engineers, reached out to DEQ, other companies, just to find out, more information. I get, as well as some council members as well, do get complaints from our residents. I know some of our residents are here tonight that want to voice their concerns. I know that, when myself, the sheriff, the mayor of Plaquemine, we all actually visited that site before the council members visited it with myself as well. And at that time, they were putting together a plan. So what they done was, over the last year, they've actually taken the site that was on the river and they've moved it on land with a significant investment to try to eliminate any possible concerns that may be coming, whether that was noise or vibrations. Again, I'm not a doctor, engineer, or I don't know the significance of it and where it's coming from. It is apparent that when the site is running, we do receive complaints, and these complaints that are our residents right here in Plaquemine. I know that the residents right across the river, within 100 yards of the river, aren't receiving any complaints from St. Gabriel. But we did want to put it on the agenda. They have taken steps to remedy and try to fix the solution. I believe maybe just off of recollection, probably in the last 2 weeks, I've received maybe 1 or 2 complaints about any possible concerns. But I do know we do have some residents here tonight. So, at that time, I'd like for them to come up and kind of voice their concerns to you. And we do have a representative from VLS that is here tonight as well in attendance that would be glad to answer any questions for the council. All right.
Okay, we'll have that representative from VLS come up now, please. Hold up, we're gonna wait last for you. Sorry. Mr. Kyle, is that Kyle Amon? Kite Amon. Yes, sir. 3 minutes, Mr. Amon.
First of all, I'd like to thank Raheem Pierce, Hunter Markins, and Ms. Easley for putting in the work to get this on the agenda. We've been experiencing this for a year and a half now. I'd like to clear up some of the things that Mr. Daigle said. This began in June and July of 2024. February 2025, we were promised that they would move this onto land. That did not start. They did not pull a permit until July. Since then, yes, they've moved it onto land. We still had issues. Then now it's we're going to build a wall around it. Throughout this entire time, the vibrations haven't stopped. I have a wife at home with postpartum and a newborn. There have been multiple nights where it's been so bad she had to go to St. Francisville to stay with my mother-in-law. I am not only a resident in the historic district, but I'm also the chairperson for the historic board. It is my job to protect that area. For a year and a half, these vibrations have been going on. Videos have been sent to council members, parish president. Videos where the door to the back of our home is rattling. The front of our home is rattling. The kitchen cabinets are rattling. This isn't just my home. It's multiple residents on Church Street, multiple residents on Eden Street. I'm not sure why it's taken this long to get some sort of movement, but I do know that multiple residents have called, dating back to June and July of 2024. I don't know what the answer is, but what I do know is that before this company set up shop, we had peace and quiet. We haven't had that since 2024. Yes, there's been periodic times where it's been quiet, but that took countless phone calls. It took me getting on the news twice. I think the news is here today to see a follow-up on this. It's taken multiple residents calling. I'm not sure why why this company allowed it to happen for this long before they did something. I can't answer that. All I know is that that's not a neighbor that we would like to continue to have. When we started this whole ordeal, all we wanted to do was just get our peace and quiet back. Now, as this has been ongoing, there are questions of what it's doing to our homes. There have been multiple times that it's been promised to us that there would be a public post, some sort of survey to go around and educate and ask what's going on, talk to the neighbors. That still has yet to happen. So we don't know how far what homes are affected by this. It took me going home to home, over 35 homes, to get an idea of who is all, dealing with this. And it's a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Clint Bromwell.
Clint Brownell. I live off of Court Street at Eden in the old Abear house. And I've been experiencing this for a while. I actually am a subject matter expert in industrial cleaning. I work for a very large company out of the U.S. And what we're dealing with is air cavitation, which is essentially air resonance, which is used for a lot of destructive cleaning and stuff like that. But that constant vibration is deteriorating our foundations. My house is sunk on the backside, which is creating, basically the whole house has to be leveled again. And, to me, I think it's unfortunate that it took that long. Putting it on land, it's still resonating the air. You still hear that hum. My windows vibrate, door vibrates. And you could put all the walls around it you want, you're still going to move the air. It's a pot style thermal oxidizer instead of a stack, a flare style. So it's always going to have that popping, which is what it's currently doing. And you can muffle it a good bit, but it's still gonna hum and still gonna vibrate the glass. So for me, I just want it to stop, and I want to know, who's gonna fix my house, to be honest with you. So that's all.
Where
I
you
got.
live at, sir? We live here, Clark?
Yeah, I live on Court Street at Eden in the old Sue Abear house, the big, the one that's all lit up with Christmas tree lights. That's how y'all would know me.
Thank
What are
you,
you
sir.
proposing us to do?
I
What would you like
think
to see
that
done?
there's technology out there to stop it. All you're doing is burning off the fuels that are coming off your tankers, right? That's it. So there's thermal oxidizers that don't have that vibration or air cavitation. Usually they're just stacks. That particular type of thermal oxidizer, you can't even use them in plants anymore because of the air cavitation. It destroys stuff.
Who owns the property that the business is on now?
I don't know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
All right, thank you, sir. Miss Marianne Freeman. 3
Good
minutes.
evening.
How you doing?
This entire issue, thank you, by the way, for allowing me to speak. This entire issue boils down to one thing: the rule of law. No company has the right to interfere with the quiet enjoyment of my home, or to cause structural damage due to ongoing and chronic vibrations. I simply submit this to you, this honorable council, to uphold the rule of law and to protect citizens you were elected to serve. Thank you for your service.
Thank you, Ms. Freeman. Rebecca Vince.
Giving me a chance to speak, but this is very, very upsetting. And I noticed the foundation, I noticed my carport, my patio is just all cracking up. The noise was terrible. And someone tried to tell me it was the trucks passing. I've been there 21 years. I know it's not the trucks. I mean, the cabinets would just vibrate. Pictures are going like this, and I'm calling everybody, what is going on? What is going on? Then we finally went over to the levee to see, because I live right there on Church Street by the big church. And it's been very frustrating. I'm a widow. I don't have time to fix concrete. I'm sorry. And I would just like for something to be done to justify all of this, please. And thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. Ms. Lesanne Kirkland.
Thank you for hearing us out. Their comments are more important than my comment. I no longer live there, but I lived there for 20 years, from 2004 to 2024, and everything they're saying is true. I lived in an old house, very solid, 100 years old. It never shook until those people came there. I wasn't a property owner, and they are, so they have bigger worries than I have. And what's important here is if a facility cannot contain their actions, then they need to try something else, or they need to be shut down. That's good. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Ms. Kirkland. Sir?
Good evening, Wade Grummeyer from VLS. Questions? I mean, I've heard everything. I guess I'd like to say my apologies to everybody if, in fact, we are causing this, which is what they believe. And the problem I'm having is, and the problem our company's having is, because we've invested a lot of money. At first, it was on a barge, and then they said that was causing an effect. Okay, so we did some engineering. We spent over $1 million and moved it onto land. Okay, we moved it onto land, and it seemed like it was going fine. And then we started getting complaints again. So I met with Parish President. We walked the levee. We came up with a perfect number where it would work. Didn't have any complaints at all. It changed again. I don't know if it's me. I don't know what it is. I know this. On my side of the levee, we have houses the same. I've never had a complaint. Houses that are 3/4 to a mile away from are having it. I have houses within a 1/4 mile of me that don't hear anything. Another biggest problem is I only know if there's a problem if I hear there's a problem. I mean, I've gotten emails, I've gotten texts, I've gotten all of that stuff. But the fact is it me? Is it not me? Can it be? We spent a lot of money to try to figure this out. We moved it from A to B, and something's still going on. What's causing it? I don't know.
Well, let me ask you this, sir. I mean, obviously, none of us are engineers, okay? This whole thing is foreign to us, you know,
Yeah.
for us, the ins and outs and the workings of it all.
Mm-hmm.
But there's got to be some sort of a study or something that can be done to come up with the answer on this. I mean, you know, I've been in a plant environment, I've been in several environments, and you can always kind of find out a problem. So, I mean, are you willing to do that? Have you exhausted any?
Sir, I am willing to do whatever it takes to make this entire community, which we're proud to be a part of, whole and happy. I do. BLS is a huge company. We are environmental services. We are stewards of our neighbors, and we're good actors. We're proud of that. And the fact that we're having these issues over here, that are we aware of exactly when it's happening? No. Are we aware of when it's happening? There's no exact science to it, which is frustrating for all of us. I think in all of our neighbors in the back. How do we solve it? I had the engineers at my facility last week with the flare company. They came over on this side of the river. They did a bunch of studies. I'm waiting for those reports. What they were finding over here was fine within all of the ranges that there are. I had visits by the councilman. I had visits by the parish president. We stood underneath the flare while it was going. And we were having a conversation just as we are. So what's the root cause failure? Because that's the big industry term in our world. We're trying to solve it. We're trying to figure out, is it 100% us? Is it not 100% us? I'm not in for the finger pointing. I'm really not. I'm in to solve what we need to do to make this community happy with BLS's corporate members of this society. That's what we want to do.
Sure, Mr. Pierce?
Sir.
Yep.
During the period of 12 months for the year, do y'all shut down?
Do we shut down?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We shut down.
So how long y'all normally stay shut down when you shut it down? 2
Well,
or 3 weeks?
Let's just say this. Let me give you a little bit of an insight of exactly what we do. LPG barges. So, and you were your barbecue propane tank, but it's on a barge. It's got vapors in it. The vapors in it, X amount of pounds. In order for the companies, all the refineries around here, to get full loads into that barge, they have to take the air out. Okay? I take the air out. And in doing that, we flare the pressure down. And so how often they come? Once a week, we may flare for 2-3 days. We may get barges that get backed up and we're flaring for a couple weeks in a row. We may go 2-3 weeks where we're not flaring at all.
So the reason I asked that question, during the shutdown, what y'all do to study during that time?
What do we what?
When you're not operating, have the study done during that time?
I did the study when I was operating to
Yes, but that's
determine if the noise factors.
I think
were
the
coming.
question that Mr. Dominique is asking is that when you shut down, that period, have you approached these people that are affected? And
Right.
is it still
See
going on? Do
what's
they still
going
getting
on.
the same vibrations or whatever
Yeah.
at that time?
The only thing I know on my side of the world is we've gotten complaints and the parish president has said, hey, we're getting noise, we're getting whatever. And my reply was, we're not even operating right now. So
Well, that's
is it 100% me? I don't know. Is it 80% me and not, is it
When you
20% me and not, that's the hard part of it all.
When you're down for a period of time, once you let the neighbors know, hey, listen, we're not even operating this week, and then they can really tell where this is coming from.
Okay.
Well, definitely take it
Hold
through
on, hold on one
forward.
second. Mr. Pierce has been recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'm one of the council members that is constantly getting complaints from residents. And we're, in Iberville Parish, we're glad to have a lot of corporate partners. But at the end of the day, our job We're up here, we're elected to represent the people, our residents. And I say we issue a cease and desist order, a formal cease and desist letter until we can solve, or see what's going on. Because every day, every week, we're getting complaints. And like I say, I'm glad for the corporate partners, but we have people that we represent every day who are not happy.
Thank you. I think it'd be an easy fix when you shut down for a week or two to let the residents know, and then they can know for sure, is this coming from you or what's now? So if it stopped, pretty much it's coming from you. That's an easy fix.
Yeah, and I guess I would ask, Mr. President, or Evan,
Well,
I mean,
I could give y'all my little insight. I've been over there. I walked the levee, jogged the levee quite a bit. So I hear it, see it. I get the calls. I know what's going on with a lot of these houses. And I tell you now, from his side, I stood underneath that thing. And you can talk, and it's not really vibrating, but it's coming across, because when they shut down, it's not bothering nobody. Do I have proof of that? Or do I have a measuring stick of some sort? I do not have any evidence saying it's him. But I know when he turns it on and they up and running at a certain volume, does I think it's vibrating and damaging them houses? I know it's vibrating and humming across the levee, all right? I do know that, all right? So I'm on top of the levee, and they're shut down, and there's other stuff coming down that river, all right? There's, big river boats coming down, they're making noise too. Dow Chemicals right there making noise too. There's other stuff making noise. He's the new guy, so he's gonna get 100% of the blame. Is it 100% of him? In my opinion, probably not. Probably 10, 20, I don't know how many percent. They got some stuff coming down that river. They getting some of that noise and them vibrations too. But I'm telling you now, when they start running, the vibrations come. Now, I don't know how to measure that. I have no idea how to measure it and what we are supposed to do about it. Shut the place down and then everybody's losing money. He's willing to work with us. We're trying to work with him. We're trying to get him some time. Meanwhile, these people are not sleeping and it's rattling their thing. And I know y'all, in me and Raheem's district, we have to do something. We can't just let it keep sitting. All right, I get it. We got to make a decision. What are we gonna do with it?
well, that's the question.
Do the parish
Is
need to
where do
test
we go from here? Obviously, these people have a problem. Okay, obviously, as admitted, he doesn't know. They don't. The company doesn't know. They baffled. Okay, so
What are y'all next steps?
No, we're not baffled. What we're doing is we're running the engineering. We just had people there this past Friday, okay? And I'm waiting for the reports now, okay? And what those reports tell us, and like the gentleman said, maybe we use a different piece of equipment. Maybe we do some things to our current facility to make it permanently go away. That's why I brought those people in. We spent the money to get those guys to come in to see if we do this, is it change anything? It might not change anything. I've spent $1 million because I went from water to land,
right,
and that hadn't changed.
I
So,
understand.
I'm $1 million in the hole here, trying to make it work. And how do we do it?
Mr. Chair,
sure.
come here. Are you, when you went from water to land, are you using the same thermal oxidizer?
Yes, sir. Supposedly, I say supposedly, we were instructed that the water, because the neighbors on our side of the levee, nothing. No vibrations, no noise.
When you're saying our side of the levee, you're talking about St. Gabriel's side?
Yes.
Yes.
But where you're moving it to land is on Iberville side, on Plaquemine side, right?
On Plaquemine side, yes. So,
No,
I'm sorry. I said it backwards.
I guess my concern here is, okay, I'm concerned for the people. Obviously, there's something going on.
As I am.
Right.
Mr. Chairman, I just want to finish asking about this thermal oxidizer. I know exactly what you're talking about. I worked in a chemical plant 30 years, and we had 3 of them. And they do burn quiet. I don't know what type you have
I have
over
an
there.
open stack, if you will.
I know the gentleman back here was talking about you have the stack down. We have one right down there at LBC terminal where they load and unload BART. They have to burn off theirs. Theirs isn't causing anything, and it's not a big one, but you know, I don't think it's the same as what you have. And I'm not saying you have to go to it, but
Can we set up a site visit to go see those guys?
because he might be like what Williams has over there as an open pit. It might be different. You know, because you do have thermal stack. They're just a regular, like a smokestack. If you would look at it, you'd say it looked like a smokestack. Doesn't make any noise or anything. Burns all your gases off when you going into. If you're filling up a tank, it's going. The fumes are coming out and it's burning it. And it could be like the gentleman back here said. It could be just that, you know.
And you are waiting on some reports. And
Yeah,
on
so
some testing. So
going back to exactly what he said, and he brought up a great point.
I'm
They
just
have it
trying- I'm
over
trying
there.
to help
and
each
What's
side
different
out.
from their machine to our machine? I don't know the answer to that. What I did do was this past Friday, I had the people that built the flare. They build flares from here to California to Canada. They're Mission Flare is the name of the company. They brought all their people over there to give me options, to give us what can we do, what should we do, and what will we do. The answer is it doesn't matter what. They're going to hopefully come up with the final plan, and then we're done with this.
And I know,
But it may be
I know,
exactly
I know
what he
what the-
says.
I guess we need to wait for those reports for sure.
Yes, sir. I would.
It's
And the
obvious,
sooner
it's
the
obvious we
better.
got a
The sooner
problem.
the better, because they don't want the vibrations. We don't want them to have it. We don't
Whatever.
want you to shut down, because then the people that work there, you'd have to say, "Don't come back," because now we shut down.
Okay.
You can't work. We don't
But
want that.
let's get to what we can do as a council. What can we do tonight, or what can we do?
Well, I think it was on there as a discussion. Now, I'm not ultimately long-term opposed to what Councilman Pierce said, but I know one thing that VLS has been adamantly working to try to solve this problem. And look, I hate getting the text. Look, I love you texting me, right? But I hate getting the complaints, because then I know we continuously have a problem. But I know that they've invested money to it. They're trying to fix it. They're actually working on a couple other solutions that they've actively doing. If y'all want to give them another timeline and give them to come forward, you know, we'd like to put them on the agenda in the future.
We can't have it where we have unanswered stuff. He's waiting on reports. I mean, we don't have the expertise to make a decision on any of this stuff tonight.
No, we're gonna
I mean,
we're gonna continue to
we
fight.
need to set-
We don't want the precedents.
We need to set a process to get to the bottom of it. What that process is, I don't know. Whether we give him 30 days to come up with answers at this point or whatever, we need to have some sort of a process. Right now, we have no process. We're just talking. Everybody's just, you know, giving their own theories or not having theories or what. But so what process should we do?
Well, he can get that data and then bring that data to us and bring together the proposals. I'll get that information, send it to the council members, keep you informed.
Prior to our next meeting,
Yes,
correct?
prior to the next meeting. We don't want these complaints. We don't want the residents, and much less, you know, and Kite has a young family. He has a child at home, and sometimes, you know, they can't sleep at night. So we don't want those issues, no matter who's causing it. We don't know the ultimate complaint. But, you know, it is a repetitive concern that when they are in operation, maybe it's a limit of hours, you know, different hours. I don't know what that answer is. We're going to bring something back to you next month.
Ms. Kite, you have a question?
Yeah, so I just, one question. So, did they not tell you that they would come over and caulk every single home the storage district is out of Canada?
Well, they did mention that.
Because that happened in the storage ordinance.
They did mention that if they were ultimately causing issues, they would offer services for the residents.
Okay.
So, but I mean, has that been proven?
So my other question would be, what forced y'all to pull a permanent into lawsuit? What forced, what's my lawsuit?
All right. So, I mean, part of this is the discussion. I think that'd be a great question, Kite. Right now, the item on the agenda is everybody has spoken. The public has spoken. This isn't a back and forth opportunity, right?
Right.
It's to get everybody's input, and we're gonna take this and move forward. We're gonna bring more answers back to the council next month.
But didn't they say that, okay, after y'all bought it on land, then y'all tried a second attempt, which was a wall that was put up, right?
Well, yes, no. It was, when we went from water to land, you have to get permit. Corps of Engineers, anybody? It's not a quick system. It's not. It's sad how slow it is, but we got it done and it was moved. And I honestly thought we were good. I met with Chris, we walked the levee, we had it on for the first ones. I thought we were perfectly fine. I thought we had solved it. I thought it was over. And then we started getting a call here, another one a little while later. It was, random times during the week. So here we are again. I don't want to come back here. I don't. To be quite honest, I want to solve it. How do we go about solving it? Let me let the engineers give us some options. I will be transparent. I will be more than happy to meet with you individually. I'll be more than happy to come in here next month. I'll be more than happy to meet with Kite. I want to do what's best for this community. I truly do.
I believe you, sir.
BLS truly does.
I mean,
we're not bad actors, and we're not.
But we can't make decisions without information.
And I will get you that.
Yeah.
That much I assure.
We'll address this as soon as we get that stuff.
Wait, what kind of time frame you looking at?
Well,
Just to get, that's what all these councilmen.
I would think within 30 days, I will have options. I will have an opinion. I will have an engineering opinion. I will have, and then I want to go a little further than that and get one engineer's opinion. Maybe two's better. Maybe three's better. I don't. Whatever it takes. I want to get to the answer.
30 days. I think we need to limit this to 30 days. You need to have some answers in
they've been
30
dealing
days.
with it for 2 years. I feel like, the 30 days should be to have some type of complete answer.
Yeah, I asked the question, how is it that a house that is a football field away feels nothing, but a mile down the road feels at, is it the water? Is it with winds blowing? Is it that, there's so many variables in this.
But for us to help our people,
I see how
we need
let me run the
information
engineering.
and we need it, expedited. Okay?
Expedited, ask the Corps engineer who was expediting.
Well, I
was.
understand all
So,
that, but
yeah.
we can't leave it open-ended.
I don't believe in that either. And you have my word. It will not be open-ended. I will be transparent and I will communicate. That much I promise you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
We have a motion to adjourn. We have a second. Motion carries. Thank you, everyone.
I'm adjourned. Will be all adjourned?
This is Steve.